married. My wife Tawny and I are expecting our first child this fall. She's from the Cumberland, Barron County area originally.
Can you tell us a little bit about the 3rd District and what communities that encompasses, just to get a perspective on the area in which you'll be representing, what you wish to represent?
It's a very large area. It includes 17 counties. It goes as far north as Barron County, up in the Rice Lake area, and west to Polk County, and then all the way south to the Illinois border. It pretty much tracks the Mississippi River all the way down. So it's mainly the western portion of Wisconsin. It's a very beautiful area, as we found out traveling through, and there's probably not a highway or a dirt road that we haven't been on yet. But it has been a lot of fun for my wife and myself, enabling us to get out and meet with the people, and just the process kind of restores your faith in humanity too.
Right. Now you're in River Falls, and how long will you be in River Falls here canvassing?
Well, we're spending the day in River Falls. We started this morning, and now we've been walking up and down Main Street, stopping in to the shops, talking with people, stopping and talking with people along the route too on sidewalks, and we'll continue doing that through the rest of the afternoon. And then we're having a small function, a meet and greet affair for people who are interested in meeting me at the West Wind tonight at 5. And then we'll probably be hitting the road back home quite late tonight.
Okay. What are some of the major issues that affect the 3rd District, the 3rd Congressional District here, that would be different than, say, a district in Texas or a district in Ohio? Or, yeah.
Well, obviously, the agricultural and the dairy sector in Wisconsin is very important. It's very important to the economy in western Wisconsin. I'm very frustrated by the dairy bill that's coming out of Congress this year, as well as the ag bill that's coming out. The farmers have been struggling for too long here in Wisconsin, and all they're asking me is just to give them a level, fair playing field so that they can compete in their own domestic market. Yet with the federal order system, the way it's set up right now, and now with the New England Dairy Compact that was slipped into the dairy bill in this past Congress, it really is a couple of steps backwards for the dairy farmers. They are struggling just to meet cost of production, let alone cost of production with a reasonable profit margin. And that's what we really need to talk about, is a reasonable profit margin for them, because if we can get some more money into the pockets of the farmers back home here, that's going to definitely have a ripple effect throughout the economy in western Wisconsin.
How is this view that you have unlike that of the Republicans, would you say?
Well, unfortunately, it was the Republican leadership in this past session that allowed the amendment, the New England Dairy Compact, to slip in. This compact was debated and voted on in the United States Senate, and through the leadership of Russ Feingold and Senator Herb Kohl, they were able to defeat that compact in the Senate. It didn't even come to a vote in the House of Representatives, but it was slipped into the conference bill in a closed-door, smoke-filled room, which gives a preferential price treatment to the milk that's being produced in the New England area. I would have fought that with all my energy in Washington. Again, I believe that what's needed right now is just a general leveling of the playing field throughout the United States. And the farmers right now, given that Eau Claire is the center of the milk-producing universe, has a price disadvantage in the market.
What Democrats have just come out with Family First within the past couple of days, as a matter of fact. What are the differences? I don't know if you're up to speed on it all the way, but what are the differences between Family First and the contract with America that you've noticed so far?
Well, there were certain principles in the contract with America that the Republicans came out with, which was universally agreed upon. Many of the measures that were on the contract and was brought to the United States Congress for debate and a vote passed overwhelmingly, and that's because there was bipartisan support. However, one of the big issues facing the country today as we go into the next century is how are we going to practice fiscal responsibility, balance the budget, while still taking care of our people back home. And I think that's where the big difference lies right now, where I am on the issues and where some of my opponents are. I believe that we do have to take care of the families back home here. We do have to shore up certain areas which are worthy of investment, crucial educational programs, especially crucial children's programs. Yet in the past session of Congress, under the leadership of Newt Gingrich and Dick Armey, they were cutting back 25% in programs such as Head Start, which shut down 7 Head Start programs back here. They're also trying to cut back on the child immunization and the children's nutritional program. And I think if we start taking a walk away from the kids, especially at a very early age, there's going to be a much larger price tag that we're going to have to pay as a society a little bit later on.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Ron Kind in just a moment. Stay tuned.